Welcome! I'm Colin R. Parsons and I'm a children's and teen fiction author. I also go under the name as a pseudonym Jake Ridge, where I do crime fiction for adults and I write short stories as well. Now, this video is basically about how I kind of bring my characters into a story and how the characters develop. I'm naming this video Why Are You In My Story? Because what I actually do as an author, which might sound absolutely bizarre, I interview my character. It sounds ridiculous, but this is how I write my novels or I write my short stories. I actually do an interview with my character in a room, something like this. Normally my study, this is just a spare room in my house. But how can you do an interview with a character? Because you are the writer and you create the character. Well, it kind of doesn't work like that with me. I'm the author, but I try and work out in my mind what the character looks like, what the character does for a living, what the character is doing in my actual book or story. So what I'll do is a kind of author character interview, and I'll ask questions in my mind, and then they're answered, and the character will kind of craft itself or herself. So let's just say, for the sake of saying, I've got a town, the town of Moby, M-O-B-Y. I don't know, I just made this is all off the top of my head. I'm making this up as I go along for the video. So I've got this town, the town of Moby, where I've got different shops and like a grocer's shop and a pharmacy or a drugstore, depending what part of the world you come from, an antique shop. Okay, well, the antique shop is what I'm going to concentrate on. So, in an antique shop, you definitely get all the different furniture, the old furniture and ornaments and old pipes and walking sticks and models of railways and everything oldie world. So what is this story about then? Well, this is where all the W's and H come in. Why, when, where, what, who, and how. And I ask the character who I'm going to put into this story why they are there and what do they look like. So for instance, if I'm going to use an antique store, then I would think that the antique store has got somebody who's distinguished. Now I'm going to go for a male character. The reason for that is purely me. Where I come from in the UK, I may pop into an antique store somewhere and it's mostly run by men. I don't know why that is. There are loads probably of female antique store owners, but where I've been is mostly male. So I've got this kind of character then who runs this antique store in my town of Moby. But first of all, I want to name him. So I would pick a name which is obscure and a little bit classy. So I've got something by here which are like a little notepad, and say, for the sake of saying, I'm going to name him Thomas Johnson. Now, I don't know if Thomas Johnson is an actual character or a real person. I don't know. I'm just going to use that to elaborate the story and how I build a character. So what does Thomas Johnson look like? I've got this interview between me and the character now. Well, okay, he's telling me he's tall and slim, which I would picture in my head. Well dressed. He's in an antique store and he wants to sell antiques to the public. All these antiques are exquisite and well detailed, just like the owner, if I was an owner of an antique store. So, three-piece suit maybe, waistcoat, jacket, trousers, maybe polished shoes. What about the face and hair? So I'm asking the question of the character, and maybe, how old is the character? H, how old is he? Well, maybe he's, I don't know, late 50s, early 60s. I'm actually 60, so will he have, I don't know, dishevelled hair, or would it be cropped and combed and looking perfect? I would have thought yes. So maybe his hair is mousy coloured, maybe grey, maybe, as my wife would say, salt and pepper, a little bit of ginger in there, a little bit of silver. So what would his face look like? Long and slim maybe, with brown eyes and greyish eyebrows, maybe a little pointy nose. What about a pencil moustache? This is all I'm getting. And the thing I'm asking about my character who's not really there, it's inside my head. Pencil moustache and a little dab on the lower lip, which, soul patch, isn't it? Call it a soul patch. So you got this guy. I'm even thinking he's carrying a cane. I don't know why, but a cane with a brass ball on top, or a brass knob, and highly polished. So we've got Thomas Johnson, who is this antique dealer in my town of Moby. The story's starting to build up. So what are you doing there, Thomas? Well, I'm obviously selling antiques, but I've got a dark side. What is the dark side then? I've kidnapped somebody. Wow, there's a kidnapping gone on in the town of Moby. Nobody knows where this person has gone. One minute they were there, the next minute they disappear. I don't know if it's a male or a female. This would build up in the story. Okay, so you've taken and kidnapped this person. So where, Thomas, have you put him or her? Maybe the antique store has got a basement. And in the basement, maybe there's a couple of rooms. Maybe he's got this victim locked up underground. Why have you taken this person? What is the dark side of your character that you need to kidnap somebody? Well, maybe something happened in his earlier life as he grew up, in his family or whatever. Or it could be the simple fact that something triggered his memory or triggered his mind to turn evil, turn dark. So now this story is really starting to evolve. Is he going to kill this person? Is the person already dead? Now, like I said, I'm doing this as a story, but this is turning into an adult crime fiction story to me now, or even a chapter in a novel. So I'd have to write this under the Jake Ridge pseudonym, because it'd be too much for children. So Thomas Johnson has got this antique store in the town of Moby. He's got a person locked down in the basement. Has he already killed that person? Why has he kidnapped the person in the first place? Is he going to take anybody else and put them down there? Is he going to kill them all? How is he going to dispose of them? Maybe Thomas Johnson has got a partner, maybe a wife, maybe a husband, and they don't know anything about what Thomas is up to. Do you see what I'm doing? I'm building the story up. So if you are a budding writer and you need to find out about how to build the story up and what to do with the character, use all the W's and H. It may sound ridiculous. We do that in the UK in primary school. Where, when, who, what, why, and how. And I ask myself the questions, and the characters and the background and the plot build themselves. So I don't know if this video helps you, but if it does, put a little comment on the bottom and maybe I'll do another one. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope I've helped you, and I look forward to talking to you again. Bye now.